Boom, 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 boom. What's going on, Leathers? What's going on, Dante? What's going on, Chess? I just started up, giving a few minutes for everybody to get in here. Just chilling, Leathers, ready to commentate these games for y'all. And you're too tired to make soup. How hard is it to make soup? Why don't you just cut stuff up and just put it in a pot and hope for the best? That's what I do. I'm not the best cook though, you know? Oh, see, that's too much work. You need noodles and you need to put the pork into the noodle and fold it and all that fun stuff. After you find it in the dumpster, right, Raccoon? Then you open it. It should be already open for you though. Alright. Lines are set, strats are set. Let's get the first game underway. What's going on, Stone? What's going on, Kelly? Kelly, I hope Jess is feeling okay. He said that he was sick earlier, or he needs to stay out of work because he thinks that he's sick. So I hope he's doing alright. We got Jury going against Coco Raccoon. First game, first face-off underway. Let's get it. After I turn off my controllers. Alright, now let's get it. We got Morris versus Urza Swift. Swift wins it back to Simser. Simser stops, passes it back to Cornwall, passes it across the queue, shot blocked. Now Marco Swift gets checked and taken away. Now Cornwall takes it back away. Now Morris Finally gets it out of the blue zone, and they're going up the ice. Across to Freddie. Freddie gets poke check, goes right to Cornwall. Cornwall bringing it back up for Minnesota, gets it up to Marco. Marco gets bumped off the puck by Kurodacki, and Kurodacki long pass up to Morris, who gets it over to Freddie. Freddie gets bumped off the puck. He'll be the first one to it in the corner, though. Trying to protect it from Simser, but Simser steals and going back the other way. Simser over to Marco. Marco gets poke checked. And then he loses it to the boards. František now has it. Long pass over to Kerry Baker. Baker brings it into the zone. Comes out front, gets shot, but it gets blocked. Now Leach. Gets poke check. Freddie going back the other way. Over to Morris. Morris shot saved by Raccoon, but it goes 5-hole and in. Raccoon couldn't keep it all. And Blues take the early 1-0 lead. Assisted by Fab, Freddie, and František. Squeezing through the 5-hole, Raccoon. Boudreaux versus Duncan. Boudreaux wins it over to Hammer. Hammer brings it into the zone. Hammer stops, he gets poke check by Atwater, and we're going back the other way. He gets it up to O'Good. O'Good then gets poke check, has to go back for it. Now Good's in the zone. Passes over Chess, but Chess cannot get the shot off. Now Shurin going back the other way from Minnesota. He brings it into the zone. Turns over to Lee, shot, rebound, save. Another save by Jury. 3 saves in a row to keep this game at a 1-0 lead. We got Odette versus Duncan again. Odette wins it over, but it goes right to the corner after a good poke check there. Atwater's bringing it up. Gives it over to Chess. Chess gets poke check, still has it though. Slap shot saved by Raccoon. Alpaca is being board played in the corner. Shurin comes out to help him. He gives it over to Leach. Stops, passes it back to Shurin, shot and a save by Jury. Morris did Chess. Navarro versus Blanton on the draw. It's a tie up and Crone comes in for it. Crone gets it over to Romero, gets it past the defenseman, has the person over and can't get the shot off. Taken away by Blanton. Blanton dumps it in. Race for the puck. St. Louis first one there. Gets around one guy. Pass over to Romero. Romero loses it to Cage. Cage long pass over to James. Back over to Blanton. Blanton's shot goes wide. Now it's free. Romero has it. Long pass over to Dover. Dover tries to get away from 2 Minnesota players. Can't. Now Lidstrom has it. Long pass to Navarro. Passes it across to Osprey Romero. Now back to Dover. Out in front. Crone shot just wide. Crone comes out in front with it. Tries to get the shot off. Now gets poke checked in on net. Easy save for Raccoon. Navarro has it all the way out in front, but intercepted by Brewer. Minnesota's going back the other way. Now taken away by Navarro again. Navarro spins away from one, gets it to Lionheart, now gets it to Dover. Dover gets poke checked and he gets it into the boards, but then it's taken away by Toast to James. Long pass to Kevin Say. Gets poke check, goes to Cage, over to Brewer. Brewer brings it into the zone. Tries to get through a couple people, does, but the shot goes wide. Now Lionheart needs help in the boards, and Kevin Say comes away with it. And he gets bumped off the puck by Romero, who gives it up to Lionheart. Now Lionheart gets poke checked. But then he gets around the defender. He's in. Tries to pass it, but it gets blocked by Brewer. Battle for it in the boards. Lionheart comes away with it. Takes the shot, saved by Raccoon. Battle for it in the boards again, and Lionheart comes away with it again. Passes back to Dover. Dover takes the shot, gets blocked by Alex Cage, and he's going back the other way. And he gets hit off the puck. Now Romero gets bumped off the puck by Kevin Say, and it's a 2-on-1. He passes it across, shot goes wide. Now Freddie has it. Gets it up to Kerry Baker. Baker gets hit hard by Alpaca. Marco Swift has it now, bringing it into the blue zone. Good poke check there by Franzischek, and we're going back the other way. Franzischek over to Morris. Morris tries to pass it over to Freddie, but he goes wide into the corner. Now it's a battle for the puck. Freddie comes up with it, gets it up to Kirdaki. Kirdaki, backhand pass to Baker. He tries to get out in front, but it's taken away by Cornwall. Franzischek goes offsides. It's a tie-up on the draw, and Duncan comes away with it. Duncan brings it into the Minnesota zone. Gives it back to Atwater. It goes to O'Good. O'Good shot saved by Raccoon. The rebound's there, but Simser comes up with it. 5 seconds to go. Minnesota should be able to get one more shot off. Leach gets the Boudreaux shot, a save by Jury, and that'll do it. 1-0 Blues after one. I do have to say, Minnesota has to come up with a new game plan for this second period. Looks like St. Louis was all over them in this first.
The first 3,000 fans in the arena will pick up an official team hat.
Minnesota actually had more shots though. 6-5 in shots in favor of Minnesota. Hits were 5-4 in favor of Minnesota. Time of attack was 241 to 135 in favor of St. Louis. Passing 100% for Minnesota, 85.7 for the Blues. Faceoffs are 4-1 in favor of Minnesota. Nobody took a penalty that period. Morris and Swift again. This time Swift wins it back to JQ. Q spins, gets it up to Cornwall. Gives it back over to Swift. Swift shot goes wide. Now Baker board played in the boards. Morris goes in the help, and now goes down the corner. Franzischek has it. Long pass over to Baker. Baker brings it into Minnesota zone. Gets to the Morris shot, saved by Raccoon, and it goes out of play. Morris and Swift again. Morris wins it back to Franzischek, gets it across to Baker. Baker shot off the post. Now JQ being board played in the corner by Kerry Baker. Swift goes in to help him, and JQ gets it up to Marco. We've got a 2-on-1 here. Marco gets it out in front, and Minnesota ties it up. Cornwall with the goal. Great pass by Marco Swift. And they tie this game up. The other assist was JQ. Minnesota tie up, and Cornwall going right back into the blue zone. He goes in the corner, gets bumped off the puck, and it's taken away by the Blues. Gets it up to Franzischek. Franzischek then goes offsides after a good clean poke check there by Simser. Boudreaux versus Duncan. It's a tie-up. O'Good comes away with it. Now Chess. And then Leach. Minnesota ends up with the puck. Dumps it in. Race for the puck, and Blues are the first one to it. Franzicek, a board played in the corner. Board played behind the net now. Still holding, and there is the penalty. I was waiting for it. Took a long time to call. Chess has it out in front, oh good. Can't get the shot off as it's poke checked away, but the Blues will have the power play. 14:42 left to go in this second period. It's the first power play of the game, goes to the Blues. Holding is the call on Shuren. Duncan, Chess, and Crone versus Toasty and Urza Swift. Blues win the draw. Atwater to Chess. Chess shot is blocked. Now Crone tries to get it back, but it's James who's right there. And Toasty clears it all the way down. Hey, Brody, what's going on, man? Pass over to Atwater. Atwater shot saved by Raccoon. Now it's Morris for Swift again. And Swift wins it back to Cage. Cage can't clear it. Now James has it, and he does clear it all the way down. Race for the puck, and now it's a board play behind the net. Good PK here by the Minnesota Wild. Still battling. Now they finally get it over to Freddie, who gets it to Hazard. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Good poke check, but he's shot saved by Raccoon. Now Freddie has it in the corner. Urza dumps it all the way down. 20 seconds to go on this power play. They'll have time for one more rush. Now Freddie has it. Has a guy across, takes it himself, and a save by Raccoon. Now it's a tie-up, and Freddie comes away with it, but he still can't get the pass off. Now Shuren gets it to Simser. Simser brings it into the zone, gets it across to Boudreau. Boudreau's shot blocked. Simser gets a backhand shot saved by Jury. Now Atwater has it for the Blues. Long pass up to Freddie. He has nobody in front of him. He's off on a little breakaway. Then he passes it back to Navarro. Back to Freddie. Shot saved by Raccoon. Now Romero shot. Another save by Raccoon. Now JQ. Long pass over to Shuren. Up the Leafs. And then it goes offsides. JQ go back and gets the puck. He's in the corner now. He's getting board played. And Romero comes away right out in front. What a save by Raccoon. Crone was all alone. Now JQ gets hit, but Boudreau has it. Across, right back to Boudreau, shot saved by Jury, and the rebound was there, but they couldn't put it in the back of the net. Leach to Boudreau, long pass to Hammer, gets the Shuren back to Leach. Now Leach gets poke check, taken away by Oscar Romero. Who gets hit? Now Crone has it. Crone gets hit off the puck by Jack Hammer. Gets it out in front, Boudreau, shot saved by Jury. He passes it out, but they blow the whistle first. Tie up and no good comes in for it. Gets it over to Chess for Chess, who gets poke checked and taken away by Hammer. Long pass over to Jonesy. Jonesy battling with Lidstrom, still comes away with it, now pops out the Chess. Chess up to Duncan. Duncan tries to wait, but it gets taken away, but now Chess poke checks away, he's in the corner. Passes it over to Duncan, Chess gets rocked into the corner. Duncan still has it though, but this time he gets stick lifted and Levy takes it away. Pass it up to Jonesy, who dumps it into the blue zone. Pass over to Duncan. Shot blocked. Brewer long pass to Leafs, but he doesn't have the speed and Blues defense catches up. But he still takes the shot off. Good save there. Blanton now a good steals. Leafs almost getting a goal there. Lidstrom. Pass over to O'Good. Good poke check there by Alex Cage, and Minnesota's going back the other way. Cage brings it into the zone. Tries to get around the backhand shot saved by Drury. Now Atwater has it. Long pass over to Howland. It's a 2-on-2. Howland stops. Gets poke check. Goes to the boards. Atwater's the first one to it. Pass it back to O'Good. A good shot. It's blocked. There's a Swift. Pass over to Toasty James. Over to Leafs. Leafs. Pass it across. Scott score! There's a Swift assisted by Wes Leafs and Toasty James. Wes Leaf shows up and he gets a point. Coincidence? I think not. 6 seconds to go in the second. Wild take the late 2-1 lead. And that is going to do it for the second. Minnesota coming in to the third period with a 2-1 lead. Anybody who's at the game who has a blue sedan, your lights might be on. You might want to go check it, according to the game. Shots were 13-12 in favor of Minnesota. Hits were 11-7 in favor of Minnesota. Time on attack is 4:55 to 3:11 in favor of St. Louis. Passing 94.9 to 92.5 in favor of Minnesota. Face-offs are 9-5 in favor of Minnesota. Minnesota took the only penalty in this game, and St. Louis did not score on the chance. Minnesota wins it back to JQ, who brings it in the zone. Dumps it in. It's a race for the puck. Francis check first one to it. He's battling with Minnesota, though. He does come away with it. Facing 3 Minnesota players, he gets it over to Bella Kardaki. Kardaki up to Freddie. Freddie stops, gets poke check, but it goes right to Kardaki. Shot just over the net and the glove of Raccoon. Kardaki steals the puck, goes right back to Freddie. Freddie's battling. But Simser ends up with it. Now it's a board battle into the corner. Freddie comes away with it. Tries to get the pass out, but it doesn't get there. There's a Swift bringing it up the ice. Spins, passes it across the JQ shot. Rebound. Double saves for Drury. Long pass over to Morris, who gets it O'Good. A good slap shot save by Raccoon. Now O'Good's battling with Simser in the corner. Morris comes down to help, but Simser comes away with it. Gets it up to Boudreau. Big hit there. Now Duncan has it. Duncan trying to get around, but cannot. Jackhammer bumps him off the puck, and now Simser has it. But now he's in trouble. Now he gets bumped off the puck by Chester, who gets it over to Boudreau. Now Duncan across to O'Good. Shot score, and the game is tied. Up to no good with the goal. Great pass there by Duncan.
St. Louis goal
Duncan wins the
scored by
draw
number
back to Hall
19,
Jr.
assisted by number 2.
Hall, long pass over to Chess, to long pass back to O'Good. Now long pass back to Chess. And Blues bring it in Minnesota's zone. It goes O'Good. The Duncan shot saved by Raccoon. Now Hammer bringing it up the ice for Minnesota. Long pass over to Shurin, who gets poke check, still has it. Tries to spin, gets it across the Hammer. Hammer shot saved by Jury. The rebound's there, but it's Hall Jr. who comes up with it. Pass over to Romero. He gets rocked hard. Duncan, though. Pass behind the net to Crone. Gives it to Romero, who then gets stick lifted by Leafs, and Leafs is going back the other way. Leafs long pass over to Toasty James. Goes into the corner. Toasty out in front, slap shot by Leafs, and it's a save by Drury. Minnesota wins the drawback. Hammer, long past the Packer, back to Hammer. Over to Blanton, back to Packer. Slap shot goes over the net. Race for the puck. Hall Jr. Long pass over to Crone. Crone gets around Packer. Slap shot goes wide. And it's going all the way out. Now it's a race for the puck now. James has it. James all alone. Shot just goes over the net. Hall Jr. up to Crone. Crone gets hit off the puck. Now there's a trip. Minnesota will go on the power play. Tries to pass it behind the net, but it gets hit in the side of the net. And Minnesota will go on the power play. Tripping is the call. Romero is the guilty party. Say Swift and Cornwall out there. Up to no good, and Hazard on the penalty kill.
Blues penalty for number 89.
Cage to Cornwall across the Swift shot. Mass save. Franchek there for the rebound, and he dumps it all the way down. Say brings it into the blue zone. Across Marco, save by Drury. Marco still has another save by Drury. Now Hazard can't get the clear off. Say steals. Slap shot over the net. Franchek first one to it, and he dumps it to Hazard. They're going for the shorty. Hazard across, no good. Shot saved by Raccoon. Rebound goes into the corner. Now Cage is in trouble. Say comes away with it. Gets it over to Levy. Gets it to Marco Swift. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Swift stops, spins, gets over to Say. Shot goes into the side of the net. 25 seconds. Cornwall gets it out in front, but the pass goes wide. Now Cage is down to Marco. Tries to get it across. Good poke check by Franchek. Now another good poke check by Franchek. And it gets dumped all the way down. That will do it for the power play. This game still tied with 5:45 left to go in the third. Saved by Jury off the one-timer. Morris versus Urza Swift. Morris wins it back to Franchek. Getting hassled by two Minnesota players, but he gets it up. Now Kerry Baker brings it into Minnesota zone. Gets the poke check, still has it. Pass over to Franchek, shot goes wide. Now JQ. JQ, long pass over to Shurin, who goes offsides. We'll have another draw in the neutral zone. It's a tie-up. Leach comes in for it. Still has it. Can't get the shot off, but he still has the puck. Pass over to Boudreau. Boudreau gets it to Shurin, who gets poke checked by Hall Jr. Going back the other way. Long pass over to Morris. Morris stops. Getting hassled. And JQ comes away with it. JQ over to Boudreaux. Boudreaux spins. Pass over to Leach. Now it's a race for it in the puck. And Hall Jr. comes away with it after it hits the side of the net. Hall Jr. gets around one Minnesota player. Long pass up to Morris. Morris to chest. Shot saved by Raccoon. 55 seconds to go in the third. Francis over to a good shot saved by Raccoon again. 51 seconds to go in the third now. Paca gets hit but keeps the puck. Long pass over to the West Leafs. Leafs back to Bland to James to Blanton to Leafs. Saved by Drury. Bland back to Leafs. Shot off the side of the net. Now František has it. Robert Crone. Pass over to Romero. 20 seconds to go in third. Romero gets hit off the puck by Jack Hammer. But Navarro comes in for the Blues and has it. Out in front to Crone. Shot saved by Raccoon. Could be the save of the game right there. Crone gets poke checked. Goes to Navarro. Navarro to František, and this game is going into overtime.
Stay warm and stylish in the rink with our specially priced item tonight. Our game team start, priced at just $10. Hurry into our main store as supplies are limited.
Each team will have a point. Shots are 21-19 in favor of Minnesota. Hits are 19-9 in favor of Minnesota. Time on attack 6:40 for St. Louis, 5:21 for Minnesota. Passing 94% to 91%, .9 in favor of the Blues. Faceoffs are 14-8 in favor of Minnesota. Each team is taking one penalty. None of the teams has scored on the power play though. It's a tie-up. Freddie comes in where it. Freddie tries to get the pass across, but JQ takes it away. And Freddie's battling with the puck. Now JQ comes away with it again. JQ brings it into the blue zone. Waits for his teammates. Passes it back to Simser. Shot gets blocked by Morris. Morris going back the other way. Has open ice in front of him. Tries to get it across and take it away by Swift, who gets it over to Marco Swift. Shot save, rebounds there. Cornwall shot save again by Drury. And we'll have a face-off in the blue zone. Minnesota wins to JQ's. Marco back to Cornwall. Shot goes wide. Kardaki. Long pass over to Baker. Baker goes into our own corner. Gets poke check, but it goes to Kardaki. And Kardaki leads the puck out of danger, but taken away by Cornwall. Back to Swift. Swift over to Urza, and no. Good save there by Drury to keep this game in overtime. Marco has it now. Baker gets hit off the puck. Now Kardaki gets it over to Morris. Morris stops, waits for a team, gets at the chest, can't get the shot off, taken away by Marco Swift. Gets over to Leach. Leach can't get the shot off either. Taken right by Hall Jr. Hall over to Chess. Chess gets around JQ. Get out the Hall Jr. and a shot and a save by Raccoon. 13:22 to go in the first overtime. Duncan versus Boudreaux. It's a tie-up. Shuren comes in for it. Gets right into the blue zone. Shot, save, rebound. Joey has it. He's taking shot all the way. That pass might have won the game for him. 16 was wide open across. Duncan versus Boudreaux again. Blues win it back to Hall Jr. Quickly into the boards though. And Atwater goes in on that, and we'll have another face-off in the blue zone. Leach comes in for it. Passes it back to Hammer. Gets it back to Boudreaux to Paka. Paka down low, back to Leach, and Leach gets a bump off the puck. The battle for it in the corner. Leach comes away with it. Leach out front to Boudreaux. Shot saved by Drury. Kelly almost putting this one away. So good to the Chess. Chess gets a bump off the puck, goes to Alpaca. Alpaca gives it up to Leach. Long pass over to Blanton, who gets it to West Leafs. Leafs slap shot, score! West Leafs with the game winner slap shot. Wild get the win. GG's to both teams. What a slap shot. Raccoon let in a softie for his first goal, but he held in there tight to make sure his team got the win. Your third star of the game was Cornwall with 1 goal. Shots were 27-20 in favor of Minnesota. Hits were 22-10 in favor of Minnesota. Town attack 725 to 644 in favor of St. Louis. Your second star of the game was Urza Swift with 1 goal, passing 93.5 to 91.1% in favor of St. Louis. Faceoffs were 17-10 in favor of Minnesota. Both teams only had the 1 power play. Your first star of the game was West Leafs with 1 goal, 1 assist, and 1 hit. Five shots for O'Good, 4 hits for Kurodaki. Jerry, 24 saves off 27 shots. Leafs, 4 shots. Made his last one count. 5 shots for Marco. Big 5 hits for Jack Hammer. And Raccoon, 18 saves on 20 shots. Flames at the Panthers now. There's Christian Bacigalupi versus James Stone. We're going to get another quick goal like we did in the first game. Who knows? Lysander versus Beamer on the draw. It's a tie up and Webster comes away with it. Brings it right into the Florida zone. Webster gets stick checked and now Franco has it. Now he's battling too. Lysander comes away with it. Can't get the shot off. It's poke checked into the corner. Scola battling with two Florida players. And Bear comes away with it, gets it over to Demora. Webster can't get the shot off, it's blocked. Webster back to Stahl. Stahl to Lysander, gets poke check. Now Lee bringing it up the ice. Can't get the shot off. Good poke check there by Calgary. Schvetz across to Lysander. Over to Scola. Scola gets poke checked, goes to the boards. Now Jake Anderson. Now to Demora. Steals from Jake. Now gets it up to Ray Raymond. Ray Raymond bringing it up the ice. Dumps it in, gets hit off the dump. He's okay though, he got back up. Battle for it in the corner, and Scola brings it out for Calgary. Stahl gets it to Anderson. Shot saved by James Stone. We'll have a face-off to the left of Stone. Damn, Dante, you don't cheer for the Flyers. That's rude. Hume to Young. Young shot save. The rebound was there. They have it into the boards. Now Nordstrom tries to get it across, but it's taken away by Young. Across Anderson's shot blocked. Owens gives it over to Mills, and Mills going back the other way. Owens brings it in his own. Gets poke check. Now he has it. Board played. And still board played. Now pops out, and Young has it. Gets it up to Anderson. Hume. Back at Anderson. Shot and he scores! Calgary takes the early 1-0 lead. 11:31 left in the first. Jake Anderson assisted by Hume and Andy Young. Your assists were Hume and Young, even though I already said it. Just wanted to let you know again. Calgary wins the draw, and Garrett dumps it in over the glass. We'll have another draw in the neutral zone. Dante Moon bringing it up the ice. She passes it over to Phillips. Phillips shot saved by Bacigalupi. Harris bringing it up the ice now. Gets it over to Hughes. Hughes being board played. Taken away by McSteel. Over to Randall. Randall slap shot goes over the net. Dante Moon bringing it up the ice. Dante Moon gets hit off the puck by Steele, and he's going out the other way. McSteel, shot, blocked. Now goes in the corner. Harris is the first one to it. McSteel helps out Harris. Now Dante, now Harris. Now Henry comes back and takes the puck up the ice. Randall has it now for Calgary, going up the ice to McGinley, who dumps it in the ice. It's a race for the puck. Dante will be the first one to it. Moon bringing it up. Long pass over to Thompson. Thompson gets poke check, still has it though, but now this time Garrett does steal and he's going back the other way. Big hit over there. Henry back to McChuckles. What a poke check by Baccialupi. McChuckles couldn't get the shot off. He gets the puck back though. Down low to Henry. Tried to get it out the front to Thompson, but he can't get the shot off as it's poke checked away. Calgary bringing it up the ice. It dumped in. It's a race for the puck. Dante will be the first one to it. She turns back. Gives it over to McChuckles. Thompson across to McChuckles. McChuckles' shot goes wide. Pendlebury. Pass it up to Hume, who gets taken away. Now McChuckles going back the other way. McChuckles gets hit off the puck by Andy Young. Gives it a Gore Striker to Hume. Shots blocked. Gore Striker pass behind the net to Hume. Comes out in front. Gets poke checked by Stone. Now Thompson bringing it up the ice. Gets through. Shot score! Sniped by Thompson. The fourth line getting it done. William Thompson assisted by Mills and Bear. What a snipe there, for I do believe that's his first goal of the season. Beamer wins the draw, goes right to Bear. Bear using that speed to get around the defenseman. Stops, passes it back to Franco. Franco shot, glove save by Baccialupi. 43 seconds to go in this first. We'll have a draw to the left of Baccialupi. Face-off's won, but they can't keep it in the zone. Bear has it. Pass over to Beamer. Beamer long pass out in front, but taken away by Schwitz. There's 3 seconds to go. Schwitz just has to run away from Bear, but a last minute save by Baccialupi off the turnover.
Everything old is new again. If you wear your vintage jersey to our next game, you'll receive a coupon for a free burger.
One to one after one. Shots are 4-3 in favor of Florida. Hits are 4-2 in favor of Calgary. Time of attack, 3 minutes for Calgary, 1:30 for Florida. Passing 100% for Calgary, 80% for Florida. Faceoffs are tied at 3, no penalties taken. Lysander and Beamer on the draw. Lysander wins it back to Stahl. Brings it right into the Florida zone. Pass it back to Lysander, gets it back to Escola. Shot, saved by Stone. Lysander and Beamer again. Lysander wins it again, back to Schwetz this time. Stalled. Shot saved by Stone, now Franco. In trouble in the corner, Webster comes away with it, passes it back. And now Lee's having trouble, but he gets it away. Now he's bringing it up the ice. Pass over to Bear. Bear stops, gets the Beamer shot, save, rebound, another save by Baccialupi. We'll have a draw to the left of him. Ray Raymond versus Conrad on the draw. It's a tie-up. Owens comes away with it. Owens down low to Raymond. Raymond shot saved by Botchkalupi. Back to Raymond again. This time he gets poke check, goes out of the zone. Florida will have to regroup. Franco to Demora. Demora to Raymond. Raymond brings it into the Calgary zone. Tries to get around, but it's poke checked, and Hume takes it back the other way. Over to Schvetz after he gets wrecked into the corner. Now Anderson bringing it up the ice. Long pass, shot off the post by Conrad. Conrad tries to get it back, and he gets hit hard into the boards. Long pass over to Raymond. Now Stahl takes it away. Raymond takes it right back. Gets it to Owens. Owens can't get the shot off. And the puck's bouncing, but Stahl has it for Calgary. Now Hume's racing back up the ice. The poke check there. Now Conrad has it. Shot, rebound, goes into the boards. Heaney back to Conrad again. Shot's blocked. Conrad again. Shot is blocked again. And this time it trickles in on Stone. And he will cover it up. 13-18 left to go in the second. Still tied at 1. Lopez gets the loss of the McSteel. Shot saved by Stone. Hughes versus Lopez on the draw. Lopez wins it back to Mills. Mills has all the ice time, gets it over to Phillips. Phillips shot saved by Botchkalupi, and it goes out of play. Lopez wins it back to Mills again. Crossover to Henry, gets back to Lopez, back to Henry. Shot, save, rebound. Botchkalupi covers. We'll have another face-off in the Calgary zone. Wins back to Adams. Shot is blocked. Harris gets bumped off the puck. Mills has it now. Adams to Mills. Long pass over to Bear. Bear over to Lopez. Back to Bear. Shot saved by Botchkalupi. It's a tie-up. Webster comes in for it. Gets it over to Scola. Scola trying to dump it in, but it gets taken away by Bear. Now Dante Moon spins away from 2 Calgary players. Now gets it over to Lee. Lee up to Bear. Bear using that speed. Got the guy across. Beamer shot. Glove saved by Botchkalupi. Chuckles and Line Center on the draw. It's a tie-up. Hart comes in, tries to get the shot off, and it's blocked. Now Webster. He gets poke check, but it goes right to Randall. Randall passes it up to Lysander, who goes on a breakaway. Shot saved by Stone. Now Scola gets it back to Webster. Back over to Lysander. They score. Something Florida did not want to see there. Their fourth line against their first. And it turned out bad for him. Lysander, Webster, and Scola with the assists.
scored by number 18, assisted by number 37, and by number 7.
Board play in the corner. Now it's a race for the puck. Garrett's the first one to it. Moon bumps him off the puck. Now Garrett bumps her off the puck, but Moon comes away with it in the corner. Now Moon gets hit hard into the corner. Bystander comes out front, save by Stone, another save by Stone. Now Willie Thompson battling in the corner. Still got the first line out here for Calgary. Oh, backhand shot save by Stone. Webster, another save by Stone. Now McChuckles has it. McChuckles gets rocked into the corner. Lysander, shot across the Scola, scores. Florida is letting their fourth line stay out against their first line. It cost them again. Escola, Lysander, Webster on the assists. Stahl, bringing it up the zone, dumps it in. Franco now. It's poke check. Still has it though. Franco passes it over to Owens. Owens brings it into the zone. Pass to Nordstrom, shot, rebound, another save by Bacigalupi. Long pass over to Owens, it gets it to Demora. Demora's shot gets blocked by Schvetz. Schvetz going back the other way. The dump in. Franco will be the first one to it. That's board play. McGinley over to Gorstriker. Gorstriker gets poke check. Nordstrom going back the other way, but it's poke check by Stahl. Now Pendlebury going back in the zone for Calgary. Over to Schvetz. Slap shot blocked in front by McGinley. Schvetz, his own teammate. We got a breakaway shot, rebounds there, but Schvetz has it and gets it up to Gorstriker. Gorstriker to Hughes. Now Mills has it in the boards. And it goes down low to the corner. Demora, long pass over to Phillips. 1 minute to go in this second. 40 seconds now. Slap shot save by Bacigalupi. 29 seconds to go in the second. Lopez and Hughes on the draw. Hughes wins it back to Young. Young up to McSteel. There goes into the corner. 3 seconds. McSteel comes away with a shot save by Stone for the last .0001 second save.
Hey, hockey fans, follow the team all season long.
It's 3-1 going into the third period. Calgary leading.
Or listen to the online simulcast at home or on your smartphone.
Shots are 15-14 in favor of Calgary. Hits are 8-6 in favor of Calgary. Time on attack is 5:19-3:23 in favor of Calgary. 98% passing for Calgary, 91.8 for Florida. Face-offs are tied at 9. Still no penalties in this game. Demora to Bear. Pass over to Franco, gets the lead. Lee loses the puck into the boards. Now Escola loses the puck into the boards. Now Lysander comes away with it. Pass over to Escola. Escola stops. Gets it over. Broken stick save by Stone. Karma's already biting you, Stone. It's a tie-up and Bear comes away with it. Bear skates it into the zone, gets poke check, goes into the boards. Webster, first one to it. Brings it in the Florida zone, but gets hit hard by Franco. Bear has it again. Now Webster. He gets hit hard. Scola has it behind the net. Bear comes in for the help. But it's Lysander who comes away with it, gets it to Stahl. Shot saved by Stone. Now Franco. Long pass over to Beamer. Spins, gets it up to Nordstrom. He gets poke checked, and now Anderson has it. Gets it over to Hume. Back to Anderson. And they go off sides. Florida wins the draw, back to Adams. But Conrad steals, gets it over to Anderson. And he gets bumped off the puck by Owens. Now it's a battle for the puck in the corner. And Money Mills comes away with it. Tries to get it out in front, but it's taken away by Hume. Shot saved by Stone. He had the whole right side of the net to shoot at, but he shot right into Stone's belly. That's because Stone just retracted his proposal. He's getting the luck back on his side. Conrad and Raymond. Conrad wins it back to Stahl, over to Hume. Shot glove saved by Stone. Conrad wins back to Heaney, across to Anderson, who tries to get down a little bit, taken away by Adams. Then Nordstrom doesn't have the speed to cut between the two Calgary defenders. Now it's a tie-up, though. Nordstrom now brings it in the Calgary zone. Pass it out in front of Owen. Shot saved by Bachkalupi. Conrad and Raymond on the draw again. It's a tie-up. Heaney comes away with it. Raymond steals. Shot saved by Bachkalupi. The rebound was there, but no Florida players. Now Young bringing it up over to Hume. Gets it to Conrad. Conrad out in front. Saved by Stone. Phillips going back the other way. Long pass over to Raymond. Raymond to Henry. Back to Raymond. Back to Henry. He gets tripped. Florida goes on the power play. First penalty of the game goes to Calgary. Heaney, the guilty party.
Calgary penalty to number 44.
Zamora across the Nordstrom, shot just goes wide. Now Bachkalupi can't cover. Goes behind the net. Henry, long pass over to Portman. Portman to Henry, shot goes wide. Garrett can't clear. Nordstrom has it in the boards. It's a battle for the puck. Pendlebury comes away with it and does clear it all the way down. Henry bring it in the zone to Nordstrom. Out in front of Lopez, shot glove, saved by Bachkalupi. Bachkalupi has been on fire in this game. Beamer and Pendlebury on the draw. Pendlebury wins it back to Bachkalupi, who passes it out to Garrett. Garrett dumps it to center ice. Adams, long pass to Bear. Bear gets poke check, but he will be the first one to it. He stops. Passes it across, but he gets poke check. Owen still gets the shot off, but it's blocked again. It's tied up in the corner. Bear comes away with it. Now he's tied up. And Stahl comes away with it, but he can't clear. But there's no Florida players there. And McGinley gets the easy clear, and it goes all the way down the ice. 20 seconds to go in this power play. Pass over to Owens. Owens gets it taken away by Stahl. And that'll do it for the power play. Stahl brings it into the Florida zone. Can't get the shot off, taken away by Adams, who gets it up to Bear. Long pass over to Owens. And they go off sides. Bear just couldn't hold the line. Tie-up Bear comes in, gets a breakaway. Trying to dangle, shot save by Bachagalupi. Lee down to Beamer. Beamer shot saved by Bachagalupi. Tamura down low to Beamer. Beamer gets poke check, goes out. Florida has to reset. Long pass over to Bear. Bear brings it in zone, stops, looking for the pass. Now he cuts out the front. And Lee has it back to Franco. Franco slap shot saved by Bachagalupi. Rebounds there, but Heaney clears it. Anderson bringing it up. Long pass over to Hume. Now Lee intercepts the pass and he's going back the other way. Back over to Beamer. Beamer shot, glove, save by Bachagalupi. Lysander and McChuckles on the draw. This is not what Florida wants. It's again the first line against their fourth line. Bronco shot. Block goes over the net. Webster. Pass it over to Scola. Bronco clears it all the way around, but it's kept in by Heaney. Gives it over Webster to Lysander. Lysander shot, glove saved by Stone. And we'll have another face-off to the left of Stone. McChuckles and Lysander again on the draw. The tie-up. McChuckles comes up with it after the puck bounces around for a little bit. Passes it over to Hart the third. Hart goes behind his own net. Still being hassled. Finally tries to get the pass off. Taken away by Webster. Gets it to Escola. Escola gets hit hard off the puck. Goes to Mora. Tamura running away from Escola. Gets it out of their zone finally. Long pass over to Owens. Owens spins. Pass out in front. Score! Hart the third with the goal. Owens with a great pass out in front. Hart the third makes no trouble finishing that one. And we have ourselves a late second goal that could happen. Bachagalupi got a piece of it. This is now a game at the end of the third. .2:46 to go in this third period. Calgary's only up by one now. Stahl gives it over to Conrad. Conrad dumps it in. Now Raymond, now Hume, Anderson. Gets it to Conrad, shot goes wide. Raymond has it now, gets it up to Owens. 1:40 to go. Gets it in the Calgary zone. Goes into the corner. The board play. And it goes back. Mills the first one to it. He gets it stolen by Conrad. Now they're going back the other way. 54 seconds to go in this third. Back to Anderson, gets poke check. Now Anderson gets it out in front, but it's taken away by Mills. Now Anderson backhand shot goes wide. Phillips has it now. Pass up to Raymond. They pull their goalie. Gets it to Phillips. Phillips shot. Saved by Bachagalupi. Now Nordstrom has it in the corner. And Stahl has it. Gets it up to Hume. Hume shot. Goes off the post. Adams gives it over to Phillips. 18 seconds. Raymond to Henry. The puck is bouncing. Owens comes away with it. Shot off the post. Almost a tie game. Owens rings it off the post. There's 7 seconds to go. The empty net is shot wide again. Adams puts it in his own net, but the invisible wall saves it from being an own goal, and that's the game. Gotta love EA and their invisible walls. But a GG to both teams. Well fought. Calgary takes this one 3-2. Dante, thanks for the 100 bits. Travis Webster, third star with 2 assists. The shots were pretty even at 21 and 22 apart. Florida had 22. Hits were 10-8 in favor of Florida. Time of Tech 744 to 541 in favor of Calgary. Your second star was Oni Escola with 1 goal, 1 assist. Passing was 96.3% to 91.2% in favor of Calgary. Faceoffs were 16 to 15 in favor of Calgary. And your first star was Lysander with 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 hits. Penalties. Calgary took the only penalty and Florida did not capitalize. Lysander with 6 shots on net. Bacigalupi, 20 saves on 22 shots. Four shots for Joey Phillips. And Stone had 18 saves on 21 shots. He retracted his statement too soon because he didn't let up another goal after doing that. Kamenev, if you're watching, fix your strategies for defensive strategy. Normal is not a thing. Sorry, Trigger, Sorry, Young, I'm already doing the strategies, buddy. But make sure you get Kamenev to fix his strats for defensive strategy. It's not a thing. Elyash? Did I say it right? See? Elias. That's how you say it. Elias. What do you mean? You just said yes. I don't know what you're talking about. There was no first time. You're hearing things. Me saying Elyash. I never said Elyash at all. Quack! Quack, quack. Quack. Josh Young going against Twin Screw. There's Josh Young for you. There's Mike Twin Screw for you. Game 3 is about to be underway. Kamenev versus Denabola. And Denabola wins it over to Eric Davis, who gets it over to Voodoo. Pass over, but it goes through the legs. And Constantine the first one to it. Now Victor Davis lost the puck to the boards and Fowler has it. Fowler spins, gets it over to Kamenev, who gets it up to Taylor. Taylor gets poke checked. Now Fowler gets poke checked, but Constantine has it. He brings it into the Vegas zone. He gets bumped into the boards, and now the board play in the corner. And gets it up to Victor Davis, who gets it over to Denabola. Denabola across, good steal there by Taylor to stop the one-timer. Now Kamenev going up the ice. Eric Davis gets it over to Voodoo. Gets poke check from the boards. Bumped off the puck. Voodoo shot saved by Josh. Kamenev now. Pass over to Fowler. Gets hit hard into the boards. Cozy comes up with it though. Leaves it there for Maynard. Maynard out front. Alejandro shot a save by Twin Screw, and Twin Screw covers. Face off to the right of him. Alejandro wins it back to Gulch, to Williams, to Harper. Harper to Maynard, shot saved by Twin Screw. The rebound was there, but Alejandro couldn't get there. Busick going up the ice to Cash. Cash gets poke checked into the boards. Now to Busick. Busick shot blocked, and it goes back into the corner. Maynard, first one to it. Battle for it in the corner. Maynard comes away, that gets it up to Alejandro. Now Busick, long pass to Fleury. It's the Busick shot, glove saved by Josh Young. Busick, big battle in the corner. Williams comes away, that gets it over to Gulch. Gulch now hassled by two Ducks players, or two Vegas players. Long pass over to Deedle. Deedle out in front. Kick save by Twin Screw. Vegas bringing it back up. It's dumped in. McAllister, first one to it, passes it back around to Williams. He gets overtaken, now Ackles brings it into the Duck zone. He goes into the corner, battling with Harper. Got the Molyneux shot, can't get off. Harper gets it to Clark Jr. Clark Jr. dumps it into the zone. Gets poke check, now Duncan. Pass out in front, and Josh Young covers it. We'll have a draw in the Duck zone. Vegas wins the draw. Storm to Henderson, shot saved by Young, and Biff has the puck now. Biff spins away from two Vegas players. Still being chased though. He passes it around the boards to Ware. Ware spins away from him. Gets it back over to Biff. Biff trying to get away from him again, but can't. Stahl now. Shot goes wide. Jocko still has it. Pass it back to Henderson. Shot gets blocked. Now Stahl gets poke check. Durazio has it. Goes into the corner, and McAllister. McAllister to Durazio. Durazio up to Ware. Ware loses the puck. Victor Davis bringing it into the Duck zone. Victor Davis shot saved. There's a rebound, and it goes right to Anderson's stick. And he doesn't miss the empty net. Terrible dance there. Josh Young couldn't do anything. Assisted by Victor Davis and Stahl.
Vegas Golden Knights
Constantine
by number 8, assisted by number 40, and by number 69. Time of the goal.
gets it over to Fowler.
15 minutes, 33 seconds.
Fowler brings it into the Vegas zone, gets the Kamenev shot off the post as Kamenev takes a nasty hit there from Doug Britton. Now Doug bringing it back up the ice. He gets poke checked and it goes to the boards. Now Taylor's the first one to it. Has open ice in front of him. He puts on the brakes. Gets it back to Fowler. Fowler's shot gets blocked, but it goes in on twin screw and it gets kicked in the net. We have a tie game. Off his own player, number 55. Eric Davis kicks it in his own net. Oh no, off his stick. Off of Eric Davis' stick. Damn. And just like that, we have a tie game. Eric Davis own goal. Scored by Fowler unassisted. Cozy now gets it over to Constantine. Now Dietl. Dietl gets bumped off the puck by Eric Davis. Duck steal goes over to low across the Dietl, shot saved by Twin Screw. 6 seconds to go. Goes into the corner. Flurry. Shot saved by Young. The rebound's there. Goes into the corner. 1 second. That'll do it. 1-1 after one. Off of the own goal by Eric Davis. Twin Screw is going to have a talking to Mr. Davis. Shots are 7-4 in favor of Vegas. Hits are 4-0 in favor of Vegas. Time on attack 203 to 148 in favor of Vegas. Passing 81% to 85.7% in favor of the Ducks. Face-offs are 3-2 in favor of Vegas and no penalties taken. Goes into the corner. It's a battle for it, 2-on-2. Ducks come away with it. Kamenev comes out in front and Twin Screw covers. Denibola wins it over to Eric Davis. Long pass gets intercepted by Constantine, who passes it back to Kamenev. Kamenev gets hit into the boards, loses the puck. Now Doug Britton has it. Doug brings it into the zone. Can't get the shot off as it's poke checked away. Constantine going back the other way. Voodoo has it now. Passes it back to Britton. Shot. Blocked, almost goes on the other side of a flailing Josh Young to make the glove save, but it doesn't. Kamenev over to Cozy. Long pass back to Taylor. Taylor dumps it in. Britton has it now. Long pass to Peyton Cash. Bumps off the puck. Now Alejandro bringing it up the ice. He gets rocked hard. Pass goes to Fleury. Poke check goes into the corner. Fleury pass behind the net to Cash. Cash out front to Busick. Now Fleury backhand shot saved by Young. Long pass over to Maynard. Maynard keeps it in the zone, gives a quick pass to Williams. Williams is battling, and there's a hook. I don't know who hooked, but it was a hook on the Ducks. Looks like Maynard is the guilty party. Yes, that's who it was. Maynard hooking on Fleury.
Ducks penalty to number 75.
It's a tie-up. Williams comes in for it, but he gets stick lifted. Duncan now has it. Still shot saved by Young. Now Dietel. Dietel going for the shorty. Gets poke check, still has it, tries to get a shot off, it goes behind the net. Dietel still has it. Long pass out to Colcher, gets it out front to Razio. Glove saved by Twin Screw. 1:20 left to go in the power play. Poke check there, goes into the boards. Duncan has it now. Out in front, shot saved by Young. Williams. Razio to Williams. There's still a battle, and Dorazio finally comes up with it, and he dumps it all the way down the ice. .40 seconds to go in this power play. Duncan bringing it in his own. Goes into the corner. He gets poke check, right in on Young, and he'll cover. 26 seconds to go in the power play. Big face-off here. Wins it over to Fowler. Fowler can't clear. Now Green does clear it all the way down. That should just about do it for the power play. Maybe time for one more rush. Never mind, he loses to the boards and the Ducks have it. Pass out to Green. Green shot and he scores! Short-handed goal! Bad turnover there by Vegas and it cost him a shorty assisted by Harper. Andrew Green getting a short-handed goal. Yep, the heads just pop up all the time. It's just part of the awesome glitchiness of that is NHL 21. You'll see heads pop up all the time by the benches and everything.
Anaheim goal. Scored
Harper has it now, bringing in the zone. The power play is over. And Ducks are the one that capitalized on their penalty kill. Molyneux comes away with it out in the corner. Shot saved by Young. Now Taylor. Gets it over to Kamenev. Oh, big hit there. Pass goes down the ice for icing, but Vegas will beat it out. Voodoo comes out in front of the net. Shot saved. The rebound's there, but Biff has it. Biff, long pass over to Harper. Harper avoids the hit, but doesn't avoid the board play. And Falco has it now. Brings it into the Duck zone. Falco shot blocked by Constantine. Falco out in front. What a save. Another save. One more block by Biff, and then another save into the net. And Wild still has it. Now Henderson. Back to Wild. Now Biff is battling with Wild. Biff comes away with it. But he's board played. Now Henderson to Biff. And Biff gets tripped. He draws the penalty. Ducks will go on the power play after the trip on Biff. Looks like Henderson is your guilty party.
Vegas Golden Knights penalty number 8, 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty.
Twin screw to Britain. Maynard intercepted and a shot over the net. Twin screw covers. Andrew Green and Busick on the draw. Busick wins it, but he can't clear it all the way down the ice. Green has it, gets it to Constantine. Slap shot saved by Twin Screw. The rebound's in the air. Now it's popped out. I don't know what the Ducks defenders are doing. They're just running into each other. McAllister gets it over to Constantine. Now the Ducks bringing it into the Vegas zone. Eric Davis with the poke check. But Green has it. Now to McAllister. McAllister's shot goes wide. Green still has it. Spins. Tries to get the shot off, saved by Twin Screw. He goes into the corner. The board play. It's a battle. And Vegas comes away with it. Gets it over to Busick. And Busick gets it up to Ackles. They're going for their own shorthanded goal now. Ackles. Shot saved by Young. Constantine has the rebound. Constantine gets it over to Green. Now Hudson takes it away. Power play is 15 seconds left. Cash clears all the way down. That should do it for this power play. The power play's over. He's out. Ware bringing it up the ice. Over to McAllister. Shot and he scores! And Ducks take a 3-1 lead. The defenseman McAllister makes it a 3-1 game. Assisted by Ware. Ducks win the goal, win the face-off, the Gulch. Now Cozy has it. Pass over to Taylor. Taylor loses the puck to Busick. That might be Chris McAllister's first goal as well. I don't know. Cozy gets poke check. Now Williams has it. Williams gets stick lifted by Henderson. Henderson gets into Cash, but it's poke checked away. Now Cozy has it back.
In the second period.
Now Castle steals there. But he loses the puck to the boards, and it's a race for the puck. He's getting hassled. Castle goes behind his own net. Long pass over to Peyton Cash, who gets to Henderson. 5 seconds. Back to Cash on a breakaway. Backhand shot, score to make this a 3-2 game right before the second period ends. Cash showing he has some dangles, assisted by Henderson and Frank Castle. I don't know what their other defenseman was doing. I think that's Gulch out there, number 5. They just let Cash get right around him. Heedle and Wild on the draw. Wild wins it over to Stahl to get to Falco, and that'll do it. 3-2 after 2.
19 minutes, 56 seconds. Hey fans, we'd like to draw your attention to the far part of the arena where we're welcoming all of our minor hockey kids here in attendance tonight.
Shots are 16-9 in favor of the Vegas Knights. Hits are 9-2 in favor of Vegas. Time on attack 352 to 253 in favor of Vegas. Passing 81.4% to 90% in favor of the Ducks. Face-offs are even at 7. Penalties of both teams have taken 1. Nobody scored on the power play, but Ducks did get a shorthanded goal. Fowler has it now. Taylor can't get the shot off, and it's easily saved by Twin Screw. I don't understand why the crowd cheers for so long at the beginning of periods. That always boggled my mind. But Ducks win the face-off across to Cozy. Cozy shot saved by Twin Screw. I think they had 16 shots, Josh. Burton to Victor Davis. Out in front of Voodoo, saved by Young. Kamenev and Delabola on the draw. Delabola wins it back to Davis. Slap shot saved by Young. Victor Davis now loses it to Kamenev. He gets it up to Cozy. Cozy brings it in zone, but he gets hit off the puck by Britton, but he gets it right back. Cozy spins. Now he's board played, and Voodoo takes it away. Voodoo brings it in the zone. Tries to get it across, but it's taken away by the Ducks, who gets it over to Taylor. Taylor to Kamenev. Kamenev gets bumped off the puck now. Doug Britton has it and going back the other way. Now Victor Davis brings it into the zone. Gets poke checked. Fowler has it. Spins. Goes into his own boards. Now gets it over to Maynard, who brings it into the Vegas zone. Back to Constantine. Constantine's shot goes wide. Busick has it now. All the way to the boards. Now Cash gets it up to Eric Davis. Dumps it into the zone. Constantine has it now. Goes into his own boards, loses the puck. Kamenev's right there for it. Now he gets it over to Harper. To Constantine. Gets poke checked, and Maynard has to go back for it. Long pass over to Harper. Gets it right back to Kamenev. Kamenev trying to split the D, but it gets to Harper. Shot saved by Twin Screw, and it goes into the corner. Battle for the puck now. Maynard comes away with it. Maynard's shot gets blocked. Harper can't get the shot off as it's taken away by Busick. Now Cash going back the other way. Now Doug Britton. Goes behind the Ducks net and he gets board played. It's a battle. Maynard comes away with it. Maynard pass over to Gulch. Brings it into the Vegas zone. Pass it out in front of Maynard. Shot blocked. Rebound. Lowe has it. Lowe skates all the way back to the D and dumps it in. Board play behind the net. Maynard comes away. They get it out front to Lowe. Shot saved by Twin Screw. And then somebody took a big hit on Vegas side. Ackles gets it to Duncan. Shot goes over the net. Molyneux. Back to Ackles. Shot goes wide. Now Gulch. Duncan behind the net to Williams. Now Dieter comes in to help him out. And he gets it up to Maynard. Maynard trying to get around this Vegas defense. Gets it over to Lowe to Maynard. Shot saved by Twin Screw. That's a hooking call. Vegas will go on the power play. Not what the Ducks wanted to do there. Duncan has it now. Gets poke checked. Now he gets hit off the puck and they touch 6:17 left. And there's a power play for Vegas as Ducks leading this 3-2. Big PK here for the Ducks if they want to hold on to this lead. Ducks win the draw. Victor Davis gets it over to Voodoo. Victor Davis shot's blocked by Fowler, but then he gets poke checked right away before he can clear. Now Harper can't clear either. Victor Davis takes that one away. McAllister has it now, and he can clear it all the way down the zone. 1:30 left to go on this power play. Intercepted by Harper. Trying to get her second shorthanded point of the game, but no, taken away by Molyneux. Gets a round shot saved by Josh Young. Now Fowler dumps it all the way down. Busick bringing it up the ice. Over to Molyneux, shot blocked. Now McAllister dumps all the way down. Miners is going to be after these games are over. So in about maybe an hour and like 15 minutes. Something like that. Hour and a half. Voodoo bringing it up the ice. The power play is over. Ducks did a great job at clearing it out, but Molyneux's wide open in front. He shoots it over the net. Back out in front to Duncan. What a save by Josh Young. Now Kamenev bringing it down the ice. Gets it to Taylor, but Taylor doesn't have the speed to get around. Duncan. Across to Molyneux. Molyneux shot. Another glove save by Josh Young, and he hangs on. 2 minutes to go in this third. Ducks win the draw back to Gulch. Gets it up to Taylor. He gets hit hard into the boards by Eric Davis. Now Cash has it. Already has one goal this game. He gets it over to Busick, who gets stick lifted, and now Kamenev has it. 1 minute to go in the third. Vegas needs to get the puck so they can pull their goalie. He gets poke checked, but it goes right to Williams. Williams into the corner, now Fleury has it. Fleury spins away from the Ducks player and goes behind his own net. Tries to get the pass off, but it gets blocked, and Clark Jr. now has it. 35 seconds to go. Lowe has it now, brings it into the Duck. Vegas zone. Kamenev takes a shot, gets blocked. Now Britton. Britton has to get the puck up to the ice quick. Henderson has it. The goalie has been pulled now. Henderson brings it into the zone. Shot, glove saved by Young. Will have a face-off with the goalie pull with 17 seconds to go. 6-on-5 hockey for 17.9 seconds. Ducks are trying to hold on. Vegas trying to tie. It's Wild versus Deedle. And Wild wins it back to Castro, gets it back to Henderson, who passes it back to Falco. Falco's shot saved by Young. Now Henderson behind the net. And then he gets poke checked by Young. Henderson still has it though. Goes back, slap shot, glove saved by Young, and he'll cover again. Last face-off of the game here, I do believe. 5.6 seconds. The face-off is to the right of the goalie. Green versus Denebola on the draw. Denebola does win it back to Hudson to Fleury. Shot saved by Young. Fleury has it, but he backhand shot gets blocked, and Denebola get the shot off, and Ducks hold on to win this 1-3-2. What a game by the Ducks. Who would have thought a shorthanded goal would have been the difference maker? Good game to each team, and there's Wild Wing out there on the ice for the Ducks. There's the shorthanded goal now on the screen. Tough break. Cassius dangles. Blaze Henderson is your third star of the game. Josh Young was your second star of the game with 23 saves. Shots were 25-13 in favor of Vegas. Hits were 14-3 in favor of Vegas. Your first star was McAllister with his snipe of a goal. Time on attack was high, 49-456 in favor of Vegas, passing 93.8 in favor of Anaheim to 81.1% for Vegas. Faceoffs even at 11. Ducks took one more penalty than Vegas at 2, and Vegas only took one. No teams finished on the power play. Four shots for Blaze Henderson. 4 shots for Voodoo as well. Twin Screw, 10 saves on 13 shots. Josh Young, 23 saves on 25 shots. I bet you he's happy with his performance that game. We have the Senators at the Flyers now. They want to wear black jerseys even though they're away. I don't know how that works, but I'll give it to them. Yeah, you guys are lucky I gave you camo. Can't be darks when you're away. What are you, crazy? Senators at the Philly. Two weaklet side locks. 2 1-3-1s. Alright, here we go. Fourth game of the night. Brody, thanks for the resub, buddy. Get a Senator up your yee-haw. Let's go Sens. No. Brody, let's go Flyers. Come on now. We got Chris McBride going against Jared Brody. Brody, I was in the army. I can see camo. They gave me special vision, okay? I don't know the rest of my team. But I can see you guys. And that's all that matters, because I'm the commentator, right? We got Winkler versus Price in the draw. And it's a tie-up right off the bat. And Price comes away with it, gets it over to Jackson. Now Winkler steals. Winkler bringing it in the zone. He gets poke checked by Blades. Yeah, I was in the army. Grimes over to Price. Shot save by McBride. And Glatt was in the Marines. Gunny was also in the Marines. Twin Screw was in the Navy, I do believe. I got a couple of vets in here. Slap shot blocked by Kozak. Now Grimes has it in the corner. And he shot saved by McBride. Price shot glove saved by McBride again. Now Gillespie gets it out of the corner to Gunny. Gunny gets it out the Krieg. Krieg shot's blocked. He still has it though. Back to Gillespie. Across, slap shot blocked again by number 8. That had to sting a little bit. Gillespie will be the first one to the puck in the corner. He gets hit hard. Now Gunny has it. Gunny spins. Long pass over to Krieg. Brings it in zone, gets tripped. And Philly will go on the first power play of the game.
Audible penalty to number 40.
Scarborough and applesauce in the goal. Scarborough wins, tries to get it right back out in front. And now it's on the board, back to Kennedy. Kennedy can't get the shot off. Kennedy has it now. He spins. Passes it up to applesauce. Gets back to Kennedy. Shot saved by McBride. Going for that short-handed goal. Now Kennedy gets hooked. And it'll be a 5-on-3 for a minute and 25 seconds. I am 28. Them camo jerseys ain't working out too well for the Senators. Got Price versus Scarborough on the draw.
Senators penalty to number 21.
Scarborough wins it back to Lee, gets it over to Scorch, who shot and a save by Brody. Now Scarborough comes back out in front, passes back to Scorch, another save by Brody. Now Price Clears it all the way down. A minute left to go. Still a pup. Lee. Shot save by Brody. It's in the corner and it's cleared all the way down. 40 seconds to go when it's 5-on-3. Kennedy runs into the boards. Long pass over to Squirts, who gets it over to Stafford. Stafford gets a poke check taken away by Price, and he dumps it all the way down the ice again. 20 seconds to go left on the 5-on-3. McBride comes out for it and then just leaves it there and then runs into Lee. And now they're all confused. And the puck is still sitting there because the Phillies does not know what to do anymore. McBride has just ruined their whole momentum. One power play's over, they still have one more. 20 seconds to go on the regular power play. It's dumped in. That'll just about do it. I'm American. Power play is over for the teams, and Hammer has it now. Blackman over to Hammer. Up to Reed. To Harris. Harris goes into the corner. How's the board played? It's a battle for the puck. And it goes, squeaks out. Lee's the first one to it. Lee gets it up to O'Damson. O'Damson brings it into the Ottawa zone. Tries to get the pass out in front. Now it's stolen by Stafford. Scarborough shot, save. Stafford shot, rebound, and he gets wrecked. Now Cooksey gets it over to Reed. He gets poke checked. Scarborough. Cooksey shot, save by McBride. Fowler versus Cooksey on the draw. Fowler's the new Ross the Boss after beating Glatt last night in a fight. Kameny shot saved by McBride. And Otto will go on the power play. Tripping. I don't know when it happened, but it happened. Turcolino in the box for tripping. Ah, he dove, and then that dude skated into his head. I don't think that's tripping. He skated into him. It's a tie-up. Fowler has it. Can't get it out though. Garrett Jr. keeps it in. Banks. Down low to Applesauce. Saved by McBride. Now O'Damson. Long pass over to Meister. Philly going for the shorthanded goal. Never mind. Dumped in. It's a race for the puck. Fowler trying to secure it. He does. He poke checks it away, but now it goes to Applesauce. And then he can't get the pass off. O'Damson has it. Gets it up to Meister. It's a 2-on-2. He stops. He gets poke check, goes to O'Damson across to Kozak, down low to Fowler. Fowler can't get the shot off, taken away by Banks. Out in front, the Applesauce shot, save, rebound, save again. Banks, another save by McBride. Flopping around, and now it goes in on the bench. 46 seconds to go on the power play. What saves by McBride to keep this game at 0? Scarborough and Arthur out there for Philly against Applesauce, Banks, and Cooksey for Senators. Senators win the draw across the Cooksey. Right out in front, they score! Tic-tac-toe play there. That is the first power play goal given up by Philly after 10 attempts in the last 5 games. Had to end sometime. Good tic-tac-toe play there. Harris right back out in front. Nothing they could do there. Great tic-tac-toe. Now it's Winkler against Price on the draw. Applesauce, Cooksey, and Harris with the assists. Winkler wins it back to Kennedy. Kennedy, they go off sides. Crisscross Applesauce. Give your dog a bone. Right? No? Sounded good. Winkler wins it back to Foot. Brings it into the zone. He gets poke check, goes into the boards. Pass it over to Krieg. Krieg shot, blocked. Now Jackson has the puck. He brings it over to Grimes. Grimes' shot gets blocked out. Backhand shot saved by McBride. Oh, big hit there by Blades. Gets it over to Reed. Reed gets poke checked. He gets poke checked again. Taken away by Krieg. Krieg over to Winkler. Winkler runs into the boards and loses the puck. Gets it over to Reed. Reed out in front to Dogs. Shot saved by McBride. Kennedy has it now. Pass over to Krieg. Krieg brings it into the Ottawa zone. Pass it out in front to Gunny. Shot gets blocked again. Garrett Jr. now has it. No, Krieg can't shoot. He's bad at this game. Gillespie has it now. Long pass over to Fowler. Fowler gets poke check, still has it, gets it to Alou. Alou's shot goes wide. Now Fowler gets tripped and Philly will go back to the power play. One minute, 37 seconds left to go in this first. If they don't score, they'll have a 23-second power play to start the second. Joey Rabb, the guilty party.
Senators, penalty.
And Philly wins the draw back to Turcolino across the Stafford right on front, and they score! Look like the same play how Ottawa scored on their power play. But this time it's Philly. They copied off of Ottawa's power play, assisted by Stafford and Turcolino. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Coach said do the same play that Ottawa did. And they went out there and executed. Scarborough with the power play goal. Now Cooksey has it. Try to get over to Harris. Now gets poke checked. Big hit there by Gillespie, but Day still has it. Now it's in the corner. Sports has it now. Goes behind his own net. Skating up the ice. Lee brings it in the zone. Gets poke checked by Kameny. And Senators going back the other way with 6 seconds to go in this period. Kameny stops, turns. Now the board play. Meister comes away with a 1 second slap shot save by Brody. And that'll do it.
Hey fans, a portion of tonight's proceeds will fund a children's playroom at City Hospital, providing a safe.
Brody likes when things go through his 5-hole.
Long-term care patients. If you'd like to learn more
Boom,
or to
roasted.
donate, please visit our team website.
Shots are 13-6 in favor of Ottawa. Hits are 6-4 in favor of Ottawa. Time on attack 157-149 in favor of Ottawa. Passing 90.6 to 88.5 in favor of Ottawa. Face-offs are 7-4 in favor of Philly. Penalties. Ottawa's taken 3 penalties. Philly's taken 1 penalty. Philly capitalized on 1 out of the 3 chances. Ottawa scored on their only chance. Second period action underway. Winkler wins the draw back to Gillespie. Gillespie brings it in. Pass over to Krieg. Shot is blocked. Grimes brings it into the zone. He gets hit hard by Gillespie. Now it goes across to Jackson. Jackson gets rocked as well. Now Krieg bringing it up the ice. He gets poke checked. Still going. Gets around one Senator. Tries to get the pass off. It gets blocked though. Now Gunny has it. He gets hit hard into the boards. Senators bringing it up into the Flyer zone. He gets hit hard. Now Garrett Jr. gets it over to Jackson. Jackson gets poke checked. Has to regroup. He has a wide open shot, but it goes wide. Kozak now. Board playing Price. Still getting board play. Now Price. Pass down low, intercepted by Winkler, and they're going back the other way. Gives it over to Krieg. Krieg gets poke check, has to go back for the puck. Tries to pass it back, it goes to Winkler. Now a long pass over to Lee. Lee gets rocked hard. Flyers are all going for the line change. Poke check there. It's a race for the puck. Skorts goes offsides with it. Jägermeister and Cooksey on the draw, the former teammates. And Cooksey wins the draw back today. Pass over to Harris. Harris can't dump it in, taken away by Lee. Lee goes behind his own net, passes it over to Kennedy. Kennedy skates right into the Ottawa defender, but he hits off the puck, and now Skorts is going up the ice. Skorts gets hit hard. Now Banks. And there's the hooking call. Senators will go on their second power play of the game. Skorts is the guilty party. Applesauce, the same line that scored, is out there again. Applesauce wins the draw to Cooksey. Cooksey shot save by McBride. Banks has it now. Behind the net, comes out in front. Cooksey's shot goes wide. Now Kozak has it, and he dumps it all the way down the ice. A minute and 35 seconds left to go in this power play. Long pass over to Cooksey. Cooksey gets poke checked, but he gets it over to Banks. Banks gets hit hard as a shot gets blocked. Kozak now clears it all the way down the ice again. Pass over to Applesauce to Cooksey. Long pass over, but it's intercepted by Scarborough. Scarborough pass over to Arthur. Arthur back to Adamson. Shot gets blocked. Scarborough has it now. Back to Arthur. Arthur's shot goes wide. 20 seconds to go in this power play. Long pass over to Johnny Blades. Blades' shot gets blocked by Applesauce. Now he has a rebound shot. Another glove saved by McBride. 9 seconds to go in this power play. We'll have a face-off to the left of McBride. It's Scurvy rising and grinds out there against Meister and Fowler. And it's a tie-up. And it goes into the corner. Scurvy has it. Pass back to Garrett. To Rising. Back to Grimes. The power play's over. Back to Rising. Shot, deflection, save. And Foot has it. Gets it over to Skorts, who gets it over to Meister. Meister shot, save by Brody. Ottawa going back up the ice. And he dumps it in. Kennedy will be the first one to it. Kennedy gets hit off the puck. Now Fowler. Long pass over to Meister. Meister gets poke checked into the boards. He turns. Skates it into the Senator zone. Loses the puck, but it goes right to Lee. Across to Kennedy. Kennedy shot. Rebounds there, but he gets tripped. Kennedy gets taken out by the dive. Man, try to cut him open with his skates there. They ain't playing soccer here. Squibbles Kachuk is the guilty party. Winkler wins it back to Turcolino, gets it across the gunny. Back to Winkler, shot goes wide. Now Krieg tries to pass it into the net, but Brody covers it up. Applesauce and Winkler are facing off against each other. And it's a tie-up. Hammer comes in and dumps it all the way down. A minute and 40 left to go in this power play. Turcolino bringing it up the ice. Long pass to Winkler. He gets poke check, still has it though. Stops, gets it out in front, saved by Brody. Now another shot and another save by Brody. More of a face-off to the right of Brody. Winkler versus Grimes on the draw. It's a tie-up again, and Blades comes in. And he dumps it all the way down the ice this time. A minute left to go in this power play. Chris Lee's racing back for the puck. Chris Lee over to Krieg. Back to Winkler. Shot gets blocked. Krieg has a backhand save. Toe saves by Brody. Another deflection save by Brody. And we'll have another draw to the right of Brody. This is the line that scored for Philly in the last power play, and it's a tie-up. Sports comes away with that shot save by Brody. Sports has it again, and it gets taken away by Applesauce, and he dumps it all the way down. 20 seconds left to go in this power play. Turcolino's racing back for the puck. He passes it around the boards to Stafford. Stafford over to Sports. Sports dumps it in. It's a race for the puck. And they're the first ones to get it. Applesauce now. The power play's over. Hammer. Hammer gets poke checked, and it's a race for the puck again. Stafford has it. He's racing down the ice. He's all alone. And he passes over to Scarborough. Shot goes just wide. Applesauce being board played. Now Banks. Over to Camney. Now to Harris. Harris gets poke checked, and Alou has it now. Alou gets board played. Now Banks. Across to Cooksey. Turcolino hits him into the boards. Turcolino comes away with the puck. Pass over to Sports. Sports down low to Stafford. Hits it back to Scarborough. Scarborough back to Sports. Sports shot save by Brody. Banks. Cooksey. Loses it to Scarborough to Alou. Over to Sports. Back to Scarborough. Back to Turcolino. Back to Alou. Alou's shot goes wide. Now Doug Day has it. Long pass over to Banks. Philly still has their power play line out there. They're probably tired as hell. Alou. Tries to get out front. Stafford shot goes wide, and Stafford gets wrecked. He's still laying out on the ice. Stafford may be injured. Big hit there by Alou. And now Banks to Alou. No, Stafford's still out there, so he's not injured. And that's going to do it after two. Still 1-1.
Join us for our next team practice, which will be open to the public. Admission is simply by donation, with all proceeds going to local charities.
Shots are 18-15 in favor of Ottawa. Hits are 12 apiece. Time on attack is pretty much even. 3 seconds differentiate. Passing is pretty much even. Only 1% differentiate. Face-offs are 11-8 in favor of Philly. Penalties 4 taken for Ottawa, 2 for Philly. Ottawa's 1 out of 2, and Philly's 1 out of 4. Price first, Winkler on the draw. Winkler wins it back to Kozak. Kozak bringing it in. Pass that out in front, but it gets intercepted by Blades. Blades up the Price. Long pass over, gets intercepted by Gillespie. Gillespie bringing it into the zone. Pass back to Krieg. Krieg's shot gets blocked. And then in on Brody, and he saves it, and there'll be a face-off to the left of Brody. Hey, Lou, welcome in, man. Glad you could catch the game. Winkler versus Price again. Winkler wins it back to Gillespie across the Krieg. Krieg shot saved by Brody. Krieg has it, and it's taken away by Garrett Jr. Long pass over to Grimes. He gets hit off the puck. Now it's board played in the corner. It's a battle. Winkler comes away with it now. Gunny. Winkler to Krieg. Back out to Winkler. Winkler shot, save, rebound. Gunny shot, score! Hey! Brody. Thanks for the gifted sub to Wakeem Alou. Hey Alou, if you're watching, buddy, now you can get the +2 that you were asking about earlier. So if you want to, you can resubmit your things with a +2 now. Thank your buddy, your goalie on the other team, Mr. Brody. Garrett Jr. now. Pass it up to Price. Now Gillespie. Delayed penalty here. Not what Otto would have wanted to do. They give Philly their 5th penalty of the game. Price with the trip.
Senators penalty to number 8.
Stafford to Lee, over to Squirts. He gets poke checked and he gets dumped all the way down the ice. Kennedy has it now. Pass over to Stafford. Stafford gets hit off the puck. Now Hammer going back the other way to Applesauce. Applesauce takes behind his own net. They're going for the short-handed goal. Pass out front to Hammer. Backhand shot blocked. Reed. Chris Lee has it now. Trying to get away from the forecheck. Pass over to Squirts, who gets it over to Stafford. Stafford gets poke check. Now Hammer has it, and he dumps it all the way down the ice. What's shaking McBitter is that we're slowly hanging on, even though we had 5 power plays. And it's dumped all the way down the ice again. Another great kill by the Senators. Long pass over to Scarborough. 10 seconds left on this power play. Scarborough tries to get it around the net. Still has it. And the power play's over. He comes out of the box. Philly's left out there with their power play unit again. Shot saved by McBride. Scarborough has it now. Now Price has it. Out of the box to Harris. Harris shot saved by McBride. The rebound's there, but Chris Lee's the first one to it. Chris Lee gets it over to Stafford. Stafford stops, puts on the brakes, waits for his teammates. Shot saved by Brody. Blackman now. Long pass over to Jackson, who gets poke check. Now Squirts has the puck. He gets poke checked. It goes in their corner. It's a battle for it in the corner, and Day comes away with it. Cooksey can't get the shot off. Alou has it now. Alou getting board played. Pops out to Gillespie. Now Alou has it. Now he's getting teamed up by 2 players. Alou comes away with it, gets it over to Fowler. Fowler to Lee. Lee up to Arthur. Arthur. Shot, save, rebound was there, but he covers. Brody with another gifted sub. Judge Judy Slayer, thanks for the follow. I think you followed yesterday. I'm not sure though. I'm pretty sure I remember your name. Gillespie over to Alou. Alou can't get the shot off. It's blocked. Alou board playing. Comes out, but then he poke checks around the other side. Now it's going back the other way. Blades bringing it up, gets it over to Grimes, and they go off sides. Weckhorn, thanks for the follow. Weckham? Weckhorn? I don't know. I can't read that well. Garrett Jr. up the price. Price goes behind the net. It's a battle. Kozak comes away with it. Never mind, Price does. He passes it back to Blades, who gets it over to Garrett Jr. Goes to Jackson. Shot is blocked. Winkler gets it up to Gunny. Gunny racing up the ice. Now he waits for his teammates, but Blades says otherwise. Now it goes into the corner. And Garrett Jr. gets it over to Price. Big hit there by Gillespie. And then there's a hooking call. And now Ottawa will get a power play. Weckhorn. Okay, that's his name. Weckhorn. Thanks for the follow. Applesauce and Meister. Applesauce wins it back to Harris. Harris shot, save, rebound, save again. Applesauce, another save by McBride. 3 saves in a row for McBride to keep this game at a 1-goal lead. Applesauce was doing everything there. Meister and Applesauce again on the draw. The tie up. And O'Damson has it. O'Damson dumps it to all the way down the ice. I thought it was going to be intercepted there. It's a race for the puck. And Senators have it. Good poke check there. Cooksey brings it into the zone. Another poke check and they go off sides. We'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. 1 minute, 18 seconds left on this power play. Blades has it now. It gets poke check down the ice. It's a race for the puck again. Blades comes up with it. Goes behind his own net. Being chased down by Scarborough. He's still going. Pass it up to Cooksey. Cooksey over to Banks. Banks stop. He gets hit. Now Arthur. Now Banks steals from him. Then it gets bumped again. Now Cooksey out in front of Banks. Banks shot save by McBride. 39 seconds to go in this power play. 3:44 left in the period. It goes back across Kirby. Shot gets blocked and then caught out of midair by McBride. Meister versus Scurvy again. Scurvy wins it over to Mojo, but he gets hit hard right off the bat. But Scurvy's the first one to it in the corner. He passes it down low to Rising. Rising still has it, comes out front, shot save, Scurvy save again by McBride. Now Eaglefoot has the puck and he's being board played. He passes it around the boards. Gillespie has it, he loses it to the boards. Now Foot passes it over to Fowler. The guy's out of the box. Fowler passes it up to Winkler. Winkler stops, gets back out to Fowler. Shot saved by Brody. Kennedy. Shot goes wide. I think Ottawa took a penalty. I'm pretty sure Ottawa took a penalty here. They did. Holding. Scurvy dog with the hold. Damn, Scurvy. This is their 6th penalty in the 6th power play. Phillies only capitalized once. They'll have 3 seconds of non-power play time. Alou over to Winkler. Winkler over to Krieg. Krieg back to Winkler. Shot gets blocked. Now Krieg comes away with it. Gets over to Circlino to Alou. Slap shot hits Krieg right in the face. Now Turcolino. Spins. Pass over to Alu. Alu to Krieg. Krieg gets poke checked, but he gets it back. Now he gets bumped off the puck and Kameny steals. Kameny gets poke checked, but he still has it. Now he gets poke checked again. Krieg going back the other way. Pass over to Gunny. Shot and he scores! And that'll put the Ottawa Senators away. GG's to both teams. Gunny with the power play goal, assisted by Krieg and Winkler. I shouldn't have said GG so fast, because who knows what's going to happen with the goalie pulled. As long as Ottawa gets possession, anything can happen. Gunny with his second goal of the game. Since I put you out there, Alu, needed to give you some opportunities, buddy.
Goal scored on the power play by number 52. Assisted.
Back over to Foot. Foot shot saved by Brody. 35 seconds to go.
Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 16 seconds.
Meister and Cooksey. Meister wins it back to Kennedy, who gives it over to Squirt. Squirt shot saved by Brody. It's sitting there, and they pull the goalie now. Brody's off to the races. Long pass over to Banks. Banks brings it into the zone. He gets poke check, still has it. Shot, glove saved by McBride. We'll have a face-off to the left of the right of McBride. Left on our screen. Brody, you can't fault yourself, man. Your team took 6 penalties. It's a tie-up. Kennedy comes in for it. Kennedy gets poke check. Harris has it now. Banks tries to get the shot off. Now Foot has it. 8 seconds to go. Foot spins back. Long pass over to Krieg. Krieg taking it up the ice. Shot on the empty net goes wide, and that'll do it. 3-1 your final score. GG, Ottawa, GG. Our last game of the night is Carolina at the Red Wings. Your third star of the game was Tom Krieg with 2 assists. Shots were 28-26 in favor of Ottawa. Hits was 17-13 in favor of Philly. Time on attack was even, only 8 seconds difference with 6 minutes apiece. Your second star of the game was Chris McBride with 27 saves. Passing was 91.1% to 94.6% in favor of Philly. And your first star of the game was Gunny Gunny with his 2 goals and his 2 hits. Face-offs were 19-15 in favor of Philly. Philly took 3 penalties. Ottawa took 6 penalties. Ottawa went 1 for 3 on their power plays, while Philly went 2 for 6 on their power plays. Seven shots for Tony Applesauce. 4 hits for Robert Garrett Jr. Brody, 23 saves on 26 shots. Five shots for Krieg. 4 hits for Gillespie. 5 shots for Skorts. McBride, 27 saves on 28 shots. He didn't even get the 1 goal against average because he kept running to the bench. So he didn't play his 60-minute game because of all the penalties that Ottawa took. Yeah, buddy. 3 hits in a game is never bad. And you win in them one-on-one battles. Last game of the night. Carolina at Detroit. The last time these two teams placed, that man right there, James Bass, had a hell of a game against his former team. And Elias Rose on the other side for Detroit. Here we go. We got Leathers, Barzal, and Rose on the first line against Troll, Jiggins, and FX for the Carolina. And our center bringing it right up the tug. Pass it right out in front. Good poke check there by Carolina. Now Jones has it. Up the FX. Long pass over to Jiggins. We got Jiggins versus Higgins here. Now we have Troll. All the way to FX. Shot saved by Elias Rose. Then he gets his own rebound and scores. And Carolina takes the early 1-0 lead. Evan FX assisted by Troll and Polly. Rose letting in a softie there. We got Leathers versus Troll again.
Carolina goal scored by
Leathers wins it back to our center again. This time our center dumps it in. It's a race for the puck. And the Poly has it. Jones up to Jiggins. Now it's an easy save for Eliash. And passes it right out to our center. Our center is getting double teamed here and taken away by Troll. Up to Poly. Gets dumped in. Reed wrecked. Oh my god, he's dead. Long pass over to Jones. Now to O'Brien. O'Brien's shot gets blocked by Poly. Goes into the boards and Trummer has it now. Taken away by Jones. Across to Gustafson. Gustafson down low. The Cregan shot saved by base. Across to Cregan again. Gets poke check. Goes right to Gustafson. No shot. Saved by base again. No rebound opportunity. Hall wins the draw over to Cameron. To Gustafson down low to Higgins. Shot goes wide. Now Hall has it back. Pass back over to Higgins. Pass gets broken up. Now Otis has it. Otis bringing it up the ice. He gets projected into the boards. He stops, waits, goes back up to the middle. Spins. Can't get the shot off. Now Tazzy has the speed. Can she go on the breakaway though? No. She dumps it in the Carolina zone. Carolina bringing it up the ice. Going for a line change, and now they dump it in, and it goes out of play. They'll get their line change now for sure. Solberg versus Stryker on the draw. Stryker ties him up, and Peel comes in for it. Newton now. Goes into the corner now, O'Carr. Dumps it all the way down the ice for icing. We'll have another draw. O'Brien and Solberg on the draw. It's a tie-up. James comes away with it. James goes into the corner of his own zone. This time now he skates up the ice. Now he turns back again, gets sport played. And Stryker comes away with it. Stryker behind the net. Out front, saved by base. Back to back, great saves by base there to keep this game at a 1-goal lead. Up to Solberg. Solberg gets poke check, taken away by Newton. Now gets poke check, now James gets smashed. And McKay comes up with the puck. Back to Stryker. Stryker shot, score! This game's all tied at 1 apiece. AJ Stryker gets the go with the tying goal. Goes back to McKay, over to Jones, over to O'Brien. Now Dominguez steals. O'Brien has it now. Goes to the corner, tries to get out in front, goes to Tikkanen. Tikkanen's shot goes wide. Martin now. Pass up to Fury. Fury, long pass to Leclerc. Leclerc shot, rebound, backhand shot saved by Rose. It's a tie-up, and Tazzy comes away with it, gives it over to Higgins. Gets bumped off the puck, passes right back to Tazzy. Goes out in front, off the post, wide open, and hits the post. Hall to Cameron, shot gets blocked. Higgins tries it over to Tazzy, another save by Base. Big hits there. Now goes back in, and Tazzy gets the rebound, and it goes in. Bad bounce there for Carolina. Detroit takes the quick 2-0 lead. Polly now comes it into the zone. Now Gustafson. Long pass over to Higgins. Comes out in front, save by Base. Forward battle in the corner. Comes out to Jiggins, who gets it to Polly. Polly up to Effix. Now Gustafson steals. Gustafson bringing it into the zone. Stops, turns. Gets it taken away by Jiggins. Jiggins racing back the other way. Goes into the corner. Tries to get it out in front, but Rose covers and will have a face-off to the right of Rose.
Last minute of play.
Barzal going up the ice. He gets hit hard. Now Rose gets hit again. Now Reed taken away by Polly. Polly doesn't have the speed. He's going to be easily caught. But he does pass it to Otis. Otis shot and it's jumped there with the puck, but it was a weak shot. And that'll do it. 2-1 after one. Detroit leading this one.
It's time for our Hamburger Bonanza. If the home team scores in the next 2 minutes, you can get a free hamburger courtesy of our arena.
Your shots are 9-3 in favor of Detroit. Hits are 2 apiece. Time on attack 101 to 230 in favor of Detroit. Passing 92.9 to 88.5 in favor of Carolina. Faceoffs are 7-2 in favor of Detroit. No penalties. And Detroit brings it right into the zone, taken away by Polly. Polly gets to Effix. Effix gets poke checked and it goes to Rose. Now gets poke checked into the corner. And they lose the puck. Jones bringing it up the ice. He gets poke checked, it goes into the boards. Now Troll. Now Jones. And then it gets poked out to the neutral zone. Our center has it now. Over to Barzal. Barzal to Jiggins. Kicked back behind the net. A big hit there. Polly board playing. Battle for it in the corner. Pass behind the net. And FX has his away with it on the other side. FX brings it into the Detroit zone. Spins. Now he gets poke checked and they were going for line changes there. But he just couldn't hold on to the puck long enough. O'Brien bringing it back the other way. Back out in front. What a save by Base with the toe. Now Ryu has it taken away by Otis. Otis over to Trummer. Trummer defs it in against the boards, and it goes back to begin. Big hit there by Okar. Okar gets it back to Otis. Otis, long pass to Jiggins. Jiggins gets poke check, goes to Trummer. Trummer shot. Rose, the rebound's there. Trummer has it. Trummer back to Begin. Begin, shot, blocked, rebound. What a save by Rose to keep this game at a 1-goal lead. Okar tries to clear, but it gets blocked. Now Otis has it, and he's getting board play at the boards. At the benches, I mean. And Otis still comes away with it. Pass to Trummer, who has a breakaway. Trummer stops, shot goes wide, and Rose covers. Hall versus Solberg on the draw. Hall wins it back to McKay. McKay, long pass over to Tazzy. Tazzy gets hit hard into the boards. Back to Higgins. Now Higgins gets rocked. Now Dominguez is skating away. Pass over to James. James gets poke checked. Still has it though. Gets hit into the boards. Now Higgins. And there's the trip. Carolina gets the first power play of the game. They avoided the box yesterday, but they can't avoid the box today.
Red Wings penalty to number 19.
And it's a tie-up. Our center has it, and he dumps it all the way down the ice.
45 seconds.
And our center puts on the Jetsons the first one down there. Now Newton spins, gets board played, and taken away by Trummer. Now Newton steals it back, but he gets bumped off and Base has it now. He passes it right out in front to Chico, and then a quick shot, but a great save by Base there. Dangerous passing by him. It's a tie-up, and Steele comes away with it, gets it up to Trummer. Trummer brings it into the zone. Stops, puts the brakes on right out in front. Shot off the post by Shorzy. And it gets dumped all the way down. The clear and a battle with Stryker. Stryker gets hit behind the net. Leclerc comes away with it. Pass off the boards to Steele. He tries to get around center, but he can't. Now McKay has it, and McKay dumps it all the way down. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Okar, long pass up to Steele. Steele puts the brakes on, pass out to Trummer. Trummer shot, rebound, there it is, the goal! Power play goal. This game is tied. Brogan Shorzy gets his goal back. Trummer and Steele on the assists. Right off the pad and right to the other side. Nothing Rose could do about that one.
Hurricanes scored on the power play.
Glatt has it now. Board played. And it's taken away. Now O'Brien. Up to Cregan. Cregan gets poke checked. Poke checked again. It goes out to Otis. Otis spins and goes back up the ice. Long pass over to Steele. Steele stops. Pass back to James, out to Otis. Otis off the post. Now Cregan has the puck. Now O'Brien has a breakaway. Shot saved by base. Polly brings it into the zone, circles around, waiting for his teammates, gets it over to Jones, who gets to Otis. Otis shot saved by Rose. Solberg on Hall on the draw, and it's a tie-up, and Higgins comes in for it. Higgins pass over to Hall. Hall stops, waits for his teammates, and he goes behind the net. He gets bumped off the puck by Polly, but he still has it now into the corner. Across to Higgins, shot. Weak sauce, easy save for base. 3:40 left to go in the second period. James comes in for it. Gives it over to Fury. Fury gets poke check, still has it though, and tries to take the shot, which is blocked. Now Jones gets hit hard. The big man goes down. Rose trying to get around him, does. Rose on a breakaway, but he passes it back to Barzal, and the rebound goal! Detroit takes the 3-2 lead. Pablo Barzal assisted by Rose and Black. Rebound goals galore in this game.
Detroit goal.
Martin has it now. Long pass over to Effix. Effix up to Troll. Troll brings it into the Detroit zone. He gets poke checked by Tikkanen. Tikkanen going back the other way. He gets poke checked, but he brings it into the Carolina zone. Gets poke checked again. Still has it though. Long pass over to Letters to Rose. Rose gets poke checked. Martin. But Leathers has a back and a glove save by base, and he covers. 43 seconds to go in the second. Back to Tikkanen across to McKay. McKay across, slap shot, goes off the shoulder of base and goes over the net. Race for the puck. Barzal's the first one to it. Gets poke checked in on goal. Now Troll, long pass up to Effix. 3 seconds. And he gets poke checked. And then Jiggins takes a quick shot, goes way wide. Not even a save for Rose.
Look for our food donation boxes located throughout the concourse.
Shots are 17-9 in favor of Detroit. Hits are 13-5 in favor of Carolina. Time on attack is 2:42 to 5:04 in favor of Detroit. Passing is 94.7% for Carolina, 89.4% for Detroit. Face-offs are 35 in favor of Detroit. Detroit took the only penalty in this game, and Carolina did capitalize on it. Troll and Leathers on the Leathers wins it back to our center. Passes it back up to Leathers. Oda throws. Now Jones has it. Tries to pass it out, but it's taken away by Leathers. Now back to our center. Over to Leathers. Back to Rose. Shot saved by base. Win back to Reed. Reed takes the shot. Stick save by base. And then he covers it off the back of the glass. Leathers in trouble on the draw again. Leathers wins it over to our center. Pass it across the Barzal. Backhand pass to our center. Slap shot broke a stick. Our center does not have a stick. He goes in for the hit. Then he kicks the puck to Leathers. What a play by him. Now Rose coming down. Gets hit off the puck. Still has it though. Barzal shot off the post. At the outside of the post. Not really the post. Polly the Troll. Long pass over to Jiggins. Back to Troll. Troll can't get the shot off. It goes to the boards. Our center. Spins back with it, being chased down. Goes behind his own net. Skates up the ice with it. Now he stops and goes back and passes it over to Reed. Reed over to Cregan. And they go off sides. Cregan brings it in the zone, gets poke checked, and then it goes to Gustafson, who that also gets poke checked, but then it's dumped in. Now Trummer spins. Across the steel. Stops. Gets poke checked, taken away by Jones. Jones to O'Brien, shot, and then he goes through the 5-hole with the rebound goal. Detroit winning 4-2. Assisted by Phoenix Joe and on to O'Brien's goal. Another rebound goal given up.
Detroit goal.
Otis wins the draw back to O'Carr. Passes it up to Trummer. Trummer gets knocked off the puck by Gustafson. Now Cregan to Glatt. Up to Gustafson. Long pass over to O'Brien. Now pass over to Jones. And begins, steals the pass. Goes up to Otis. Otis spins. Long pass over to O'Carr. O'Carr brings it into the Detroit zone. Tries to get the pass over, but Fury's right there for it. Fury back to Solberg. Solberg can't get the shot off. It's taken away by Hall. Hall gets hit hard into the boards, but he has the speed to catch up to the puck. Gets to Jones. Jones shot goes wide. Now Tazzy. Back to Hall. Across to Jones. Shot saved by base. O'Carr doesn't pass the puck. Loses it to two Red Wings. Tazzy shot saved by base again. Now Jones has it. It goes over to James. Loses it to the boards, and Detroit will have it. Now it's a battle for it in the corner. O'Carr comes away with it. Gives it over to James. James up to Fury. Fury back to James. James shot saved by Rose. Cameron to McKay. McKay pass back to Stryker, who can't get a shot off, and it's taken away. Now Martin skating up the ice. Martin dumps it in. McKay is the first one to it, but loses the puck to the boards. Now Tikkanen helps her out. Now Stryker bringing it up. Stryker drops, gets into Newton. Newton gets poke check. Shorzy takes it away. Shorzy now battles for the boards. And then he loses it. Newton out in front, goes wide. Tikkanen. To Newton. Newton back, slap shot, deflection, blocked by Shorzy. Long pass over to Leclerc. Now Barzal to Peel. Race for it in the corner. Peel's the first one to it. Now the board play. He passes it up the boards. Leclerc's the first one to it. He passes it down low. It goes right to Detroit. Now Chico. Stryker to our center. Back to Peel. Peel back to Stryker. Board played. Shorzy steals. Shorzy goes to the other side of the ice. Brings it into the Detroit zone. Shot gets blocked. And our center's the first one to it. 3:22 to go in this period. O'Clear gets rocked, but Shorzy has it. Shorzy can't get the shot off as it's blocked. And there's an injured Kane on the ice. He finally gets to the bench. Barzal shot saved by base. Now Barzal. Long pass out, but now Chico has it. Chico long pass to Martin. Taken away, now Barzal going back the other way. Taken away by Martin again. Now Essex. They pull their goalie. Essex gets poke check. Regan has the puck with an empty net. She shot goes wide. Now Martin has it. Long pass over to Troll. Troll gets poke checked by Gustafson. Gustafson pass up to O'Brien. O'Brien dumps it in. It's a race for the puck. Now the board play. Regan back out to Jones. Jones shot off the side of the net. The empty net is still there. Phil gets hit hard into the boards. Carolina still can't get the puck. It pops out to Essex. They finally recover. Now Troll spins. Tries to get the shot off. It's broken up. Now Jones. Pass over to Glatt. Glatt to Cameron. Good poke check there by Carolina. Now it goes up the Hall. Hall can't get the shot off. McGinn gets it just outside of his own middle. That's your game 4-2. Detroit wins. GG for Tuesday night's games. Good game, everybody. Your third star of the game was AJ Schreiker with 1 goal. Shots were 25-10 in favor of Detroit, 16-9 in favor of the hits that were Carolina. Time on attack was 8 minutes to 3:46 in favor of Detroit. Your second star of the game was Tazzy Cameron with 1 goal and 1 hit. Passing 94% for Carolina, 89 for Detroit. Face-offs were 17-6 in favor of Detroit. Your first star was Pablo Barzal with 1 goal. Carolina had the only power play in the game, and they capitalized on it. Oh, any good highlights here? Base, 21 saves on 25 shots. Four shots for Pablo Barzal. Eight saves for 10 shots for Rose. Time to go watch some Miners hockey. Here we go, Miners. Here we go.